The CA course has lost its value. It's not like how it used to be. CAs are going to be jobless soon. Recently, I have been hearing quite a number of people saying such things. So, I made this video particularly for those people who have heard such similar statements about the CA course and are worried if those statements are true and whether they are on the right track or not. Over the last few days, whoever kept telling me that the CA course is going extinct, I asked them why they thought that way. I commonly heard back three reasons. CA freshers are not getting paid well, like they get only 5 to 6 lakhs per annum. The new direct tax code will make most of the CA's jobs irrelevant, and if you keep multiple attempts, you are doomed forever. I will be debunking these 3 points one by one. But before that, I have to talk about why people say such discouraging things about CA. It's so undeniably important that we discuss that first. See, it is always only two types of people who say CA doesn't have value. And the first type are the people who wrote CA exams a couple of times, failed, and decided to quit the course. And the second are the people who wanted to do CA secretly in their hearts but are super scared to come in and get in the fight. It's always these people who talk about such things. On the other hand, have you ever seen any one person who actually completed CA say that we are going to be out of jobs? Have you ever heard any such person questioning the going concern of this entire CA ecosystem? I don't think so, you would have ever. So, if you are watching this still here, you are more likely between the age of 18 to 23 years, and this is the age you are so vulnerable. All through the 10 years of my CA journey, I had some people in my family and friend circle who made it their life's task to talk me out of CA. Every chance they got to see me, every gathering, every family occasion, it was the same script. But I turned deaf to all of them. If the same thing is happening in your life, but you seriously want to become a CA, then avoid the people who say such things like plague. Because the very fact that you are doing CA puts you way up in your social circle. It's a threat to their status. The moment you become a CA, the entire social dynamics between you and those people changes completely. People who grew up with you since childhood, like classmates and cousins, if they see you on the way to becoming a CA, I don't know if all of them could be mature enough to be completely happy about it. So it's totally natural that some of those people say such bad things to drag you down. If CA is your dream, protect it at all costs. Okay, with that said, let us debunk those 3 points one by one. The first point, CA freshers are currently getting only 5 to 6 lakhs per annum. Not at all true. Let me start with my case. As some of you may already know, I cleared my CA in 17th attempt. When I got recruited in my first job as a CA fresher, I was offered a CTC of 7 lakhs per annum. This was way back in February 2017. If you think this is inadequate evidence, then let me also tell you I further validated this data. I inquired with a lot of people in my contacts who are currently recruiting CAs across industry as well as practice. The lowest number I heard from all of them is 8 lakhs. This is for a CA fresher with 3 to 5 attempts who would want to join a mid-range company. For a person with the first attempt, the lowest number I heard was 10 lakhs. I leave the highest number to your imagination because it gets as high as it can get. It also depends on a lot of factors like the budget in the hiring company, the candidate's confidence, and what happens in the interview, and so on and so forth. Yes, there could be some small firms from the rural side who might offer only 5 to 6 lakhs per annum, but those are exceptional cases, and definitely we cannot take that as a base figure for what a new CA might earn. Plus, we need to consider one more thing. When you apply for jobs in CA firms who are in practice, you always get 20 to 30 percentage less CTC than the normal package which they offer in industry. That's because in practice, when you join a firm, you join with an untold possibility of becoming a partner in that firm, maybe in 7 to 8 years. That means you are going to share the equity in the future. And once that happens, your earnings are going to grow exponentially. That's why you are getting underpaid in the beginning of your career in practice. But let's say you join a CA firm in practice, you work there for 3 years, and you accepted a CTC that was 20% less than the industry CTC, and now somehow you don't like the firm and you want to discontinue. So now you are not going to get the equity. Isn't this a big loss for you? Isn't this an unfair deal for you? If you look from the surface, yes. But if you look at the bigger picture, all those 3 years you worked in that firm, you would have got the opportunity to work closely with partners and directors. You would have got the chance to see in close quarters how partners get new clients, how they finalize every audit, how they hire new staff. Basically, everything you need to learn to run your own practice in the future. That learning is priceless, and therefore, it is okay that you received a lesser salary compared to your friends who worked in the industry. But now, 3 years later, you are sitting on a gold mine of accrued knowledge, experience, and contact base. The value of that, if you calculate, will be much, much more than the CTC you lost over the last 3 years. Even after all these points, if you still find me hard to believe, you can validate this data for yourself. If you are currently doing CA, you must have at least 3 people in your circle who are chartered accountants. You ask them 2 questions. When did you join your first job and what was your first salary package? People only refuse to answer if you ask them their current salary package, but most people would be nice enough to reply if you ask what their day one salary was. Okay, that leads us to the second point. The new DTC will make CAs irrelevant. First, let us understand how income tax practice in India works. There are 2 types of people who practice income tax. One is the people who I call consultants. They do volume based service, meaning they take in a lot of clients. Some consultants might even have a total of, say, 1000 to 1200 clients. And almost all of them are people who work as employees in some company, and their major source of income would be only salaries. Filing income tax returns for these people is quite easy. Typically, it will take around 20 to 30 minutes to file a single IT return. The nature of the work these people do is quite mechanical. And when the consultants file the IT return, they might bill their client somewhere between 500 to 1000 rupees per return. And the second category of the people are the typical CA firms. These firms predominantly focus on companies, business, and other individuals who have multiple sources of income. Here, assignments will involve a lot of complexities. A typical IT return might take anywhere between 3 days to even a whole month. The work nature in this type is highly knowledge and skill based, and the bill value might be in thousands or even several lakhs per assignment. Now, with this context, let's first see what the new DTC is intended to do. The new DTC proposes to just simplify the direct tax system by eliminating the complex exemption and deduction provisions and make it more accessible and transparent. So, the first thing we need to understand is that the DTC is only a simplification of the current income tax, particularly for salaried individuals, and does not mean that there is not going to be any income tax at all. That means return filings will still happen, tax audits will still happen, old cases that are pending will still be there, and many new cases will also come. Typical CA firms in practice doing direct tax work make bulk of their income from bigger clients, say a person with business income or capital gains income. Though the number of such clients might be smaller in comparison to the salaried clients, the value of billing that they do out of these bigger clients will make most of their revenue. And the new DTC will not do much of a change in how assessments are done for the bigger clients. So it is only the first category, that is consultants, who do mechanical IT filing, that might get affected because of the new DTC. If you are into knowledge work, then definitely you don't need to worry. Also, you need to know income tax practice is one tiny node of the many things a CA can do. A CA has at least 10 different directions they can go. For those who don't know, a CA can work in internal audit, statutory audit, FEMA compliance, SEBI compliance, GST compliance, MSME finance liaising, management consulting, portfolio management, IT solutions, teaching, and so on. And that takes us to the last point. If you keep making multiple attempts, you are doomed forever. Again, not true. Yes, I mean, keeping multiple attempts will put you on the back foot at the very beginning of your career. You cannot get into big fours or many listed companies. They won't even consider your resume. But is that the end of your career? Absolutely not. Somehow you make sure to get your first job. Any company or any firm, as long as they don't do anything illegal, just get into it. But after getting your first job, once you cross the first 18-month period, nobody is going to question your number of attempts after that. I'm keeping this segment of the video short because I had made a specific video in detail on this very topic. I'll give you the link to that video at the end of this one. But before you log out from this video, I will share something on a personal note. If you come out of this course successfully, the moment people start calling you as a chartered accountant, you will get a healthy arrogance about yourself. Now understand my meaning carefully. When I say arrogance, I don't mean that you go and boast to everyone that you are the big deal. No, I don't mean that type of arrogance. By healthy arrogance, I mean you will lose the insecurity that has been haunting your mind all your life. When I was 25 years old, I had 5 lakhs of debt and I was yet to clear CA. You imagine me in that situation, how insecure I would have been. But the moment I saw the result, the moment I got qualified, the moment I got the first job, I knew I was going to be okay. 7 to 8 years of total insecurity just vanished. And it is with the same healthy, confident mind I quit my job back in 2020 to take a year long break to figure out things for myself. The confidence that I will figure out something is so important in life. And let me tell you, you cannot fake it. Even if I lose whatever I have today, I know I can get everything back in 3 years. Even though I will be a bit sad, I will not feel like I am doomed forever because I have evidence that I cracked one of the toughest and most uncertain exams in the country. If I can figure out how to crack CA, I can pretty much figure out anything in life. That type of confidence is extremely important. Easy, fast, certain. These are the three qualities that human beings naturally tend to gravitate towards. But if you want a great career, these are the definite things you need to avoid. You need to avoid easy, fast, certain. You need to choose hard, slow, and uncertain. And CA is hard, slow, and uncertain. What? Does it look like I'm trumpeting the glory of this course? In a way, yes. But let me tell you, nobody is paying me for this. I'm not trying to flatter anybody from the institute and try to get some assignment out of it. I have no personal connection with anyone in the institute. I made this video because in my opinion, CA, CMA and CS are the three best courses in this country right now that give middle class people a chance to get professionally qualified and change their family's financial history. And since I have not done CMA or CS, I can only talk for the CA course. And lastly, I would be investing my time, money and energy on this course by making videos and writing books as long as the quality of this course remains as it is. And as of now, I don't have any bad feelings about the quality of the CA course. But the moment I find the Indian CA course standards get lower and goes beyond repair, I will definitely call that out on this channel. You can rest assured. Until then, keep your ears closed to the bad influence, keep up the good fight, and I will see you as a CA soon.